Are you curious about endometriosis and clock genes? Hi there, my name is Jessica Drummond, a founder of the Integrative Women's Health Institute and author of Outsmart Endometriosis. Today, I want to talk with you about how two specific clock genes, SIRT1 and period 2, may have some influence when it comes to the challenge of endometriosis. So it makes sense that the endometrial lining would be built up and shed with some influence from clock genes, which are the genes that regulate our circadian rhythms. And if those genes go awry, or their proteins that they create go awry, and the circadian rhythms are not optimal, that could potentially worsen endometriosis, allowing the endometrial stromal cells to proliferate and for endometriosis to progress. So SIRT1 is a gene that controls or is involved in supporting the circadian rhythm by downregulating NF-kappa beta. And NF-kappa beta triggers an inflammatory response. So if someone has SNPs in SIRT1, or they are struggling with a lot of oxidative stress, then that downregulation of that inflammatory trigger, NF-kappa beta, could potentially make it higher risk for endometrial stromal cells to progress and proliferate. Same with period 2. Period 2 is another clock gene, and that regulates expansion of endometrial stromal cells. And with hormonal dysregulation or increased oxidative stress, we have the same issue, more of promotion and proliferation of aberrant endometrial stromal cells as endometriosis lesions. So the good news is because both of these circadian rhythm genes interact with inflammatory and reactive oxidative stress challenges related to hormonal dysregulation or anything else that can increase oxidative stress. Overexposure to too much sugar in the diet or processed foods, a lot of stress, lack of daylight to support circadian rhythms, all of those things that can make get the circadian rhythm off, which makes it harder to sleep and harder to stay awake and alert during the day, can be problematic for endometriosis as well. So the good news is that at least in animal models, using melatonin and or curcumin at therapeutic doses is both antioxidant and will support better, healthier functioning of these clock genes. So next time you're working with a client who's struggling with endometriosis, step back and talk to them about, is their circadian rhythm out of whack, whether it's their menstrual cycle or day and night patterns, sleeping patterns. Are there any cyclical challenges to their overall health? And if they're struggling with any circadian rhythm challenges in combination with inflammatory or oxidative stress challenges, two really useful tools for your toolbox may be using therapeutic doses of melatonin and or curcumin. And I like to also layer that with using culinary curcumin in things like using turmeric with cooking or curries, and doing lifestyle strategies to support natural melatonin production, such as exposure to daylight for at least 15 to 60 minutes per day without sunglasses, literally just going outside, and turning off all blue light devices, cell phones, laptops, televisions, iPads, anything like that by 8 p.m. or roughly 2 hours prior to bedtime. And, depending on the time of year, as soon as it gets dark, the less light, the better, using candlelight, using lower lights, less of that daylight blue light at night will help support circadian rhythm functioning and can be helpful for both endometriosis pain, but also sleep quality for your clients with endometriosis. So next time you're working with a client with endometriosis, think about the clock genes and all of the different ways that we can support their optimal functioning. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.